Do you have the feeling lately of being stuck in your life? It doesn't just progress. You're showing up as a smaller version of yourself than you actually are. If it lands, I have 3 steps for you to get you unstuck today and go back to the extraordinary version of yourself that you used to be. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did when I was you, so stay with me.
Hey everyone, my name is Lilly. I'm a product manager and author writing my 4th book, Who Told You to Settle? How to Make Extraordinary Your Default. I make content for ambitious misfits who refuse to settle for average. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're already subscribed, glad to have you back.
I felt like you do right now 1 year ago. My life from the outside looked perfect. I had a well-paid job, I had amazing friends, I was doing a lot of sports, everything was perfect on paper. However, inside of me, I felt that everything was off somehow. But back then, I didn't know what the cause was until I spent some time on it, tried to figure it out, and try to understand how to actually get out of this condition. For you, it might be one specific dimension that feels off. It might be your job. It does not fit anymore. You are not progressing in your role. And someone inside of you need to get out. Or it might even be your relationship. You're performing a smaller version of yourself so that your partner is comfortable. This is not who you actually are. But somehow, you haven't had the courage yet to leave this relationship. Or it might be your family, or it might even be your side hustle that you were so proud of. But right now, nothing is working out there. And that feels so bad. It does. Because you feel lost, you feel confused, and you don't know what to do about it. If you feel stuck right now, it's because you're living someone else's life and you've forgotten about who you actually are and who you actually want to become. So step 1 is to decide who you want to be and start being this person today. So this is what I did back then when I felt lost. I imagined myself being invited to my favorite TV show and sitting across the host, asking me questions about who I am and what I accomplished in my life. And having this imaginary exercise, visualizing the person I'm gonna be in 20 years, helped me to figure out who I actually want to be. It's your turn. Imagine being there and telling about yourself. You in 20 years. What will you be telling people? What have you accomplished? Who are you in 20 years? Once you've done this experiment, write down on a post-it who you're gonna be. It should be an identity statement. I am someone who, and then you define what actually matters to you. And this identity statement will be the one thing that you will always come back whenever you will feel stuck again, that will give you direction in your life, that you can come back to whenever you feel stuck, lost, confused again. Because it will pull you towards the version of yourself that you actually want to be. So now that you know who you want to be, you actually need to start being this person today, not someday. And this is where everyone actually fails, because the moment you write down this identity statement, you feel motivated. You want to be this person today. You really want to. But probably in 1 week, you don't feel that motivation anymore. It becomes hard and you feel like going back to the comfortable version of yourself. And this is because motivation is a feeling that fluctuates over time, and it's not the guarantee that will lead you towards the version of yourself that you actually want to be. So you need something else. What you need is discipline. You need a system to show up as this person every single day of your life. So here's the system I developed for myself and use every single day. You remember, you wrote your identity statement on a post-it. First step of the process. Now you draw a line in the middle of the post-it. On the upper part of the post-it, you draw a happy face. On the bottom part, a sad face. And then how does it work? Every day before going to bed, if you showed up as the person you want to become, you mark positive on the upper part. Every day that you did not show up as that person, you mark a negative. This is the system. It's basically a routine. Every night before going to bed, you have a look at your day and you assess whether you were the person you want to become or not. And you know why this system works so well? Because you're reinforcing a behavior. You're creating a pattern in your brain to be that person. Because every time you mark positive, you feel rewarded, you feel better. And this feeling will embed itself in your head so that you will always prefer that one over the negative one, of course. And through that, it will become normal and automatic for you to show up as that version of yourself than the one that doesn't feel good anymore. And over the weeks, the identity statement stops feeling like something you're trying to be, but it converts into who you actually are. So here's what you do. Take that post-it with identity statement, put it somewhere that you cannot ignore it, like on the bathroom mirror, and start casting votes for yourself. Hit positive or negative, do it every single day, reinforce the behavior, and become who you actually want to be. Step number 3 is about how to actually be the person you want to become. And this comes always down to one thing: how you make choices. Because the person you want to become makes different choices than the person you're stuck with right now. And oftentimes, the choices you need to start making today are about saying more no's than yeses. Because the version you are stuck with right now is saying yes to the wrong things, and hence saying no to the correct ones. Maybe it was your boss coming to you and telling you, hey, here's a new project for you. And you said, of course, yes. Even though you know you don't like this job anymore and you want to get out of it, but you said yes anyway. Or maybe it's your partner who is stressing you out, who is draining your energy. Or maybe you get promoted because you hit so many goals at your job. But this job feels so misaligned with who you actually are that in your inner self, you should have said no to the promotion because that was the only way out. But you said yes anyway because somehow this is what you're used to do. Saying yes to what comes in your life, even though it's misaligned, even though you know that the person you want to become would have said no. So you see the pattern? You need to start saying more no's so that you can say yeses to things that are aligned with who you want to become. One warning here. When you start applying this filter, people will react because they're not used to you saying no. They are used to the version that is more comfortable to them. They will start judging you. Maybe they will not even understand you anymore. But that's fine because right now you're casting votes for your newer version that will get you unstuck. So don't try to control their reactions. Focus on yourself to get out of the condition you are in right now. So here's the one thing that you can do today. Figure out the one yes that it's actually a no and convert it into a no. Pick up the phone, call your boss, and tell them you're out, you're quitting your job. Or text your friend and tell them, hey, I'm not hanging out with you tonight because I need to focus on something that is more important to me. Or maybe finally have that conversation with your partner about the dynamic that is off right now. Whatever it is, do it and say yes to the version you want to become and cast one positive vote for you tonight. Now you know what to do. 3 simple steps. Decide who you want to be, act like this person today, and make the choices this person would do. The only thing left now is to start. Start today. After you've watched this video, pick a post-it, write your identity statement on. This is step 1. And then go through step 2 and step 3 every single day from now on. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next week. Start doing it now. If this landed, follow me for more. On my social medias, linked below, you can find more content about how to make extraordinary your default and how to live as an ambitious misfit in a life that chose to be average. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to share this video with a friend that needs to hear it to get unstuck today. See you next time.